Hey guys, it's Carla. I was just going to update you on my trip down to Cancer Treatment Centers of America. If you watched my first video, I talked about the journey and my diagnosis for I had a Struma Ovarii on my right ovary, and it turned out to have thyroid papillary carcinoma inside of it. And my last video just talked about the diagnosis, that process, and that I decided to go down to Cancer Treatment Centers of America for an evaluation. I have to say, overall, bottom line, it was a really great experience. They have a travel program that if you don't live in the state, and as long as you don't have like a government funded insurance program, they will pay to transport you down there, whether you want to go by plane, train, or car. They will either pay for all of your hotel room, or you'll have to pay just a small portion of it. It was a really good experience. I feel like everyone that I talked to there was caring, and there was one little snafu, but I think there was a miscommunication on whether I'd had any scans done yet or not. And from the doctor's office up here, they had ordered a CAT scan for up here, but I decided not to get that one done. I was afraid that, insurance may not pay for both of them if I had two really close together. So, I decided not to go to that one, but since it was on my medical records, they thought I'd already had one. So I get down there, and it's really cool. They give you like a daily itinerary. You walk in there and they give you like a schedule of, this test is at this time, or this orientation, or this group is at this time. And you definitely get the feeling right from the get-go that they know what they're doing. They know how to treat each situation individually, and they really got it down, and you feel like everybody communicates with everybody else. And like I said, it was just a really great experience. The one snafu that I had with that scan, when I got down there on my itinerary, I didn't see any scans, and I thought, okay, that's one of the reasons why we're coming down here. What's going on there? You are assigned a nurse navigator when you get down there, and that's kind of your point of contact for anything clinically related. This is before you officially say, yes, I would like to get my treatment here. That's your nurse navigator during your first couple days there. Well, I did not know, or maybe she told me and I didn't realize, but she was off one of the days that I was there. So when I get my itinerary for the second day and I don't see any scans on it, I was trying to get a hold of her all day, not knowing that she wasn't there. And I got really frustrated my second night there, because I was only there for 3 days and I hadn't heard anything back from her, and I was wondering, I'm like, man, did I make the right decision to bring, my family down here? And, are we just going to go down the same path that they were wanting to go up in Knoxville? I was just really kind of frustrated and disheartened. So I called just their general care management phone number and got a hold of somebody, and there was a lot of emails back and forth. The third day there, I saw Dr. Manahan. She is their gynecology oncologist. And first thing she said when she came in to meet me, she's like, Carla, I have fielded so many emails the last few days about you. You're gonna get your scan, don't worry. And I did. Before we left that day, I got the scan. A couple things that I did want to talk about with Cancer Treatment Centers of America that I love over anything that I had here, that makes it a huge selling point for anybody who's thinking about getting their cancer treatment down there. They approach cancer holistically. They look at the entire situation, what's going on. They put just as much emphasis on your caregiver as they do for you, meaning that they want to make sure that you have someone there and that they are able to have somewhere to stay, that they are able to sit with you if you want them to. Everybody there is super warm, super caring. Right from the get-go, like I said, I was assigned a nurse navigator, and I talked to her actually before I went down there, and she was a great resource. Like I said, it was just that miscommunication snafu about her being out that day. But I had her, and then when you first go in, they give you like an initial evaluation, to a physical, to see if there's what tests need to be ordered, if there's any other issues going on. Like for me, on my surgery that I had last month where they took out my ovary, I had, I don't know, incision about yay big, probably 4 inches, and it had started to, sorry if you're squeamish, it started healing really nicely, but it was starting to get just a little oozy. So I had them look at that, and they said, yeah, let's get you a wound care consult. And that was one of the things that they put on my itinerary for the next day. You went through kind of an orientation class that was real quick. It was like a half hour, 45 minutes. At first, I'll be honest, I kind of thought about skipping out on it, but I'm glad I didn't skip out on the orientation, because I learned a lot of cool things about how the Cancer Treatment Centers of America got started and why they see things differently. And it was the exact thing that I was looking for. I was looking for one place where I could go to get treated without getting bounced between doctors, having a team that talk to each other, that work together, that don't just pass medical records back and forth to each other. Things get missed that way. I've seen it too many times. Also, one thing that I think is very important is that they do assign you a pastoral navigator. Now, you may not be that exact denomination as your pastoral advocate or navigator, but they see that the spiritual side is just as important as the physical side, making sure that, you know, that you're not just getting shuffled around. And then, you know, what if you start having to deal with depression, or you get frustrated, or you start even questioning God and you know, why me? You know, I'm sure everyone who gets a cancer diagnosis, that's one of the first things is like, why is this happening to me? So that, I think that's just great that they have that in place as well. Additionally, they also offer neuropathic doctors there. I met with one, and he went over my panel, and come to find out I have a pretty serious vitamin D deficiency. Who would have known? I thought I was doing the right thing, you know, redheaded white girl trying to stay out of the sun, but apparently that's not good. I have to get some sun, I guess. But I met with him, and it was great, and we talked about supplements, and he said that, you know, as we continue down the treatment road, you know, depending on what all needs to be done, certain types of treatment really can zap certain nutrients and vitamins. And so they talk about how to pair supplements with different ways of eating and make sure that there's the right absorption. And even like sometimes with chemo, you can't eat. You just don't feel like it. It hurts, or everything gets thrown up. So they work hand in hand with that treatment process to try and make sure that you're getting the nutrients that you need. Loved that. Just like I said, I love the whole approach to it. Like I said, my last day I met with Dr. Manahan, and she was wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. She addressed all my concerns. We could talk openly about it. I don't feel like she was ever not willing to listen to me, or because that was one thing that frustrated me up here, is that I was trying to tell one of the doctors up here that, you know, why are we doing this? I'm not really comfortable with this. Can't we do something else? Nope, it's got to go. And I didn't feel that with Dr. Manahan at all. She talked about what the next step is going to be. Since I'm very early in my diagnosis, we are going to do a staging surgery here shortly. It's the end of June right now, and I have surgery scheduled for July 11th. She's planning on taking some lymph nodes and my omentum and the peritoneal lining, I think. And she wants to take those and test them and make sure that there was no spread. And then she's going to look around while she's in there and make sure that she doesn't see anything that's concerning. If she does see something that's concerning, me and my husband and I have to decide, what are we comfortable with her taking at that point? Are we okay with her taking the rest of my female parts? We're working that out still, but that's a possibility during surgery too. But that's where I'm at right now. Like I said, I just wanted to make these videos just to kind of help people that may get the same diagnosis that I get and want to know what options are out there. And so I'm just kind of documenting my journey to see if it helps you, because like I said, I felt completely lost and just so lost and upset that I didn't know what to do. I feel at peace with this decision. I feel good about it. Others that are around me also have told me that they feel at peace and that they feel good about this too. So that's where we're at for right now. Keep me in your prayers, keep your fingers crossed, and I will hopefully do another video here in a few weeks, let you know how surgery went and where we're going from there. Thanks, everybody.